everybody, here I am in Mow the RV, and here's me. Just giving you guys an update. You saw the My Wisconsin from the State Fair Park starting off to 2017, and just like My Wisconsin here in Mow the RV, I am starting out 2017 here inside of Mow. Let me pull the camera around a little bit, and we will give you a quick shot of some of the things going on in here in Mow. You see bag there and a couple other things. Well, the countdown has begun. Today's Wednesday, February 8th, which is exactly 3 weeks from March 1st. That is the kickoff day for me to go full time. Yep, I'm finally pulling the trigger. I'm going to go full time here in Mow. So Mow the RV and me will be broadcast more often, I guess you could say. Let me give you a little more detailed view of what I've done so far with Mow, getting her ready for full-time RV life. So hang on a second. Alrighty, so first stop here in Mow is my phone. And you will see it is 26 degrees here in my hometown of Pleasant Prairie. And I am going to scan up here and check the temperature inside Mow here. How are we at? It's pretty warm. Looks like almost 90 degrees. It's pretty hot in here, actually. If you guys watched Mow the RV and me a while back, you know that I'm plugged into power right now at the house, and up there that is actually air conditioner and heat. So I had that running, and in order to keep the floor warm and toasty here, I purchased a little block heater, and she's cooking away right now. But again, when I am on power, I'll be running those things, but when I am off power, I'm going to be running a buddy heater. I have that on order right now. I found a really good deal over on Amazon, so I'm having that coming in pretty soon, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to be doing with that. A lot of RVers who are in cold weather do use the buddy heater, and I'm going to be doing the same. I've kind of figured out I'm going to be doing that for the short term, and eventually somewhere in Mow here I'm going to be plugging in, or not plugging in, but installing, I should say, a probably a wood burner. I follow a couple different channels, and some of your full-time RVers do use wood burners, and I think that would be a good option here in Mow. Considering the fact that Mow's only probably, I never measured it out, it's probably maybe 200 square feet, so a mini wood burner would probably work really great for me. So I'm going to turn the camera off, swing it back around again, and show you what else I'm doing. Okay, so showing you the back end of the facilities here again. Hello. All right, so if you guys follow Mow the RV and me, in the fall, just a month or two back, I winterized Mow, and the main facilities here are winterized with the pink in there. But I follow Mike O'Connor on Living Free quite regularly, and I take a lot of his advice pretty closely, and I've been following. And again, I'm a study of a lot of other people out there who are full-timers, and I found one of these at my local thrift store. I tested it. It works great. So yeah, this will be my facilities during the winter months, which are only going to be another month or two yet, and it should start warming up. That's kind of why I'm kicking off in March. So yeah, as the spring months start coming around, you know, March, when I'm going to be in Mow here, I'll have the portable facility, and probably even May, April, maybe a little bit into May, but then the freezing won't be an issue anymore, and it'll start warming up. It'll still be chilly, but hopefully temperatures by then will be above 32 regularly, so I don't have to worry about things freezing up, and I can start getting Mow summarized, I guess you can say. Summarized? Ready for warm weather, I guess you could say. So yeah. Yeah, so as far as like showers and so forth, I'll just be going to my local gym and using their showers. I use them anyways because I go work out pretty regularly, usually before work or right after work, so I won't have to worry about showers right now this time of year as well. So let me sit down at the table here, and I'm going to show you a little something that I got collected. I went over to my local grocery store and got some of my supplies, especially for winter camping. I'm going to show you what's really good. Alright, so everybody recognizes this. It's coffee, of course. Gotta have coffee. That's the spice of life. Keeps me awake and gets me going in the morning. And let me start unbagging here a little bit. I'm going to set the camera down and show you what we got. Hang on, I'm going to put it right over here on the stove. And that should work. Can you guys see me? Alright, so winter camping. The cabinets up above, they're always closed, so they're going to get cold. So really, if you have canned goods, that's okay, but you have to really be careful for canned goods freezing up. But primarily that I will have some canned goods, and of course I'll have the refrigerator, which will be running off of propane. And I like fresh foods more than prepared foods, and I like to make my own meals, of course, quite regularly. It's much more healthier. But in the winter time, you can store these things year-round, and they're not going to be susceptible to freezing too much. So, like, I'm a big soup eater, so like barley soup, and of course rice. And these Knorr brand things are really great. And again, all these brands you're seeing, I'm not promoting them. These are just my favorites. Of course, you know, I go with the Bargain Bernie version of macaroni and cheese. And now, some of you healthier people will say, ugh, but this is what I found. But I'll probably get some different later. But I have this right now, and I'll use this up. It's just, you know, basic corn oil, but actually, I like to use olive oil, but I'm out of it right now, so use that. And more of that stuff. And of course, everybody's favorite, spaghetti. And as far as spaghetti sauces are concerned, that's like a canned good. Don't want to buy a jarred one in the wintertime, because if that does freeze in the glass, it'll break. But a canned one, again, you just have to be careful with where you store your foods. I'm going to swing the camera back up here, and I'm going to kind of show you what I'm talking about as far as storing your foods, and what a good place to store your foods that are canned or something that might be susceptible to the cold. Alright, so I figure the best place to put canned goods is above the stove, because right now you can see I got all my cleaning supplies in there. I'll be moving those over to probably this cabinet, or maybe this one over the refrigerator, because that one's empty. Anyways, so just saying, again, I'm not an expert. I'm just going on gut and what I followed other people. But putting this, I guess you could say, over the stove is probably the nicest place. For one, it's right here where I'm going to be cooking and prepping. And when I have the stove running, it'll warm things up a little bit. And even if it gets down to it, I could open this up while you know, I'm at work during the day or something, and the camper would chill down, or even gets really cold out because, you know, these walls aren't very well insulated. So, all right, so in the rear of Mo, you guys have seen this in the previous videos where I have this nice big open space back here, and I will be storing all my bedding, and just bulk items will be going back there. In regards to winter camping, I look at it this way: you can't have enough blankets. This is only half of my blankets that I have. All the other ones are still upstairs in the house because I'm still using that bed up there. And then when I go over to the gym, which I use this regularly anyways, it's just a nice gym bag. And again, I follow Mike from Living Free, and I tested it already, and the porta potty actually fits in here. So if I were to go into the gym or into a truck stop, wherever, I could easily empty that out. And I know some people will say, "Ooh, you ain't gonna empty a porta potty into a public toilet." Blah, 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 blah. Well, in the winter time, not too many dump stations are open, and I know some people may make a fuss about that, but you know, when you're boondocking, you gotta do what you do. Now, yeah, you're gonna be pouring that thing into a public toilet. Obviously, you're not gonna make a mess. And if there is a little bit of a mess made, I'll clean it up, trust me. I have in this cabinet good amount of cleaning supplies, so I would certainly clean up after myself and be courteous to the people who follow behind me. With that thought, kind of double tracking back to the porta potty. I already got a good supply already of waste digester and stuff to prevent foul smells, as it were. So, all right, so there we are, behind me. I'm gonna just pull back the curtain, as it were. This comes from my past winter RVing experience. And the last RV I owned, which I didn't film really, is this space above between the driving cab and the rear is a big space that actually gets cold. And if you guys follow Mo the RV and me, in previous episodes I talked about using the front for storage. So right now I got my bicycle up there, and if you had, I guess, feel-o-vision, if you can feel how the warmth, it's a good 20 degrees, maybe even 30 degrees colder up front already. And this simple drop cloth that I picked up at my local hardware store for $5 works perfectly. If it gets really, really cold, I'm going to be eventually stretching a new pole across the front here. And if you go to your local thrift stores, buy a comforter or something that's got some insulation to it, and you can actually hang that up there and add more insulating value. All right, as you can see, the windows are still not covered. I'm referring to Mike O'Connor again because he is actually the one boondocker and van dweller, which he actually isn't a van dweller anymore. He actually lives in an RV. Let me stop real quick about the windows. Yes, Mike O'Connor of Living Free lives in an RV. It is a camper connected to a vehicle, i.e. recreational vehicle. That's just my little 2 cents worth. If some of the people out there make a fuss and ba-ba-ba and thumbs down and all that stuff, I really don't care. This is an RV, it's a vehicle, it moves on its own. Mike O'Connor's is an RV, moves on its own, doesn't have to be towed, so there. All right. Hey, Mike. Anyways, let me cut here and go back to the windows. I got off on a tangent. All right, what was I saying? Windows. Okay, so I have these nice valances in the back here, and I got the window here and a valance there. Now, these are the bigger windows. My take on it is I'm going to go find, just like in the front, if you need extra insulation, and if you don't want to use foil or whatever, I'm just going to go to a thrift store and find some nice comforters, and I'm going to cut them up and sew them. Yes, I do sew, believe it or not. I'm a bachelor. I got to take care of myself. And I will be putting nice, as best I can, mounting some comforters on the windows to insulate from the cold. So yeah, 3 weeks to go. If you guys have any suggestions or any ideas or questions or comments, obviously throw them down in the comment section below. And thanks for watching Mo the RV. Thanks for supporting One Year Out Productions. Give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. And as I always say, we'll see you out there. I want to say a quick thanks to Mike for putting take two cycle schedule. I gotta go back to it. Why can't I talk today? Try this again. Take 2. Take 4. Take 5. The camera on. Oh, it is not focused. Take 6. Take 7. I don't know what I'm doing. The dog wants to go for a walk. The dog moose. Let's see if I can get this over here. The dog wants to go for a walk. The dog wants to go for a walk. Loose the lips. Loose the lips. Loose in the lips. A cane is for only crossing the walk. if I got any copyright, so I didn't. All right. Hello.